Okay, I'd like to call to order the regular meeting for the Township of Lopatcong from March 4th, 2026. Please bow your head for a moment of prayer, please. Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided indicating the time and place of the meeting in accordance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975 by advertising a notice in the Star Ledger, the Express Times, LehighValley.com, and the Township website at LopatCongTownship.com, and by posting a copy on the bulletin board in the municipal building. Roll call, Terry, please.
Yes. Councilman Bocero, Councilman Marinelli,
Here.
Councilman McQuaid,
Here.
Council President Guido,
Here.
Mayor Ray.
Here. Wade, would you summarize executive session, please?
Yeah, the Township Council met in executive session where it discussed the following privileged matters: attorney-client privilege, Lopatcong Park project, contractual LAA contract update, personnel, docket number AR 2026-211, police grievance, contractual South 6th Street lawsuit update, attorney-client privilege, the Cubes warehouse fee agreement with Lopatcong, litigation, harbor management, Brakely Gardens update, contractual DPW contract update, contractual police PBA contract update. Minutes from the executive session will be released at such time as the council deems no public harm will come from it and no official action was taken. I do need a motion to authorize the execution of a settlement agreement for the PBA grievance, subject to revisions discussed in executive.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
We have roll call, vote.
Yes. Councilman Marinelli,
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid,
Yes.
Council President Guido,
Yes.
Mayor Ray.
Yes. All right, thank you. Old business. Number one, approve minutes from February 4th, 2026, executive regular sessions. Have a motion and a second, please.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Councilman Marinelli,
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid,
Yes.
Council President Guido,
Yes.
Mayor Ray.
Abstain. Number two, ordinance 2026-1, second reading and public hearing of the cap bank ordinance. Oops, I forgot about that. Yeah, we're gonna go back to public comment, I'm sorry. We're right by it. Public comment on agenda items only. Mr. Bruce? I had it checked off.
Bob Bruce, 11 Harwich Road. If Mr. Wisniewski can address, I know Lopatcong Park project executive session, but during your time, if you can just, rather than now, the status where we are with the park.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and then only other thing was, I don't know, affirmative marketing plan, a short synopsis on what that is.
What are you talking about there, Mr. Bruce?
Affirmative marketing plan, new business resolution.
So that's for the fourth round affordable housing.
Okay,
As part of the new administrative codes to comply with the fourth round and get immunity for affordable housing, we need to adopt affirmative marketing plan. All of these are part of that. We're required to have an affirmative marketing plan to market the affordable housing, a spending plan to spend on the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, and then endorse the Housing Element Fair Share Plan that was reviewed by the Planning Board. And that's it.
okay, thank you, sir.
Oh, and the second reading of the ordinance is related to that, of the number 3. Yep.
Anyone else? Agenda items only? Okay. Now, we'll move on to old business. Approve the minutes from February 4th, 2026, executive and regular sessions. Motion and a second.
Motion.
Second.
We did that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it again, so we'll do it again. All right, ordinance 2026-1, second reading and public hearing of the cap bank ordinance. Again, motion and a second to hold a public hearing.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have comment from the public? We just heard that from Mr. Bruce. Motion and second to close the public hearing?
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
And a motion and second to adopt the ordinance.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Slade?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Rice?
Yes. Number 3, ordinance number 2026-2, second reading and public hearing to amend the code of the Township of Lopatcong, Chapter 67, Affordable Housing, and Chapter 243, Zoning and Land Use, Article 20, Administration and Enforcement. I have a motion and a second to hold public hearing.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public, comment from the public on it? Seeing nothing, motion and a second to close the public hearing?
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion and a second to adopt this ordinance.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Slade?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Rice?
Yes. New business, fourth round housing element and fair share plan. I need resolution to adopt, update, and affirm marketing plan. Now, we do all resolutions?
These are all, each one is a resolution, and you're going to be adopting this.
We can do all 3 of them at once, right?
Yep.
Okay. And number 2, resolution adopt spending plan. And number 3, resolution endorse amendment to the housing element fair share plan. For items 1 to 3, can I have a motion and a second, please?
Motion. Second.
For all 3 resolutions, can I have a roll call vote?
Yes. Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Slade?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Rice?
Yes. Ordinance number 26-3, first reading to accept roadways known as Mountain View Road and Spring Court. Have a motion and a second, please?
Motion.
I'll second that. Roll call vote?
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Slade?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Rice?
Yes. Consent agenda, motion and second from items 1 through 19. Motion and second, please?
Motion.
I'll second it. Roll call vote?
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Slade?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Rice?
Yes. Okay, council reports. Mr. McQuaid?
All right, I got a prepared statement to make to our constituents, mayor, council colleagues, and constituents. I'd like to report that Councilman Balcarro and I attended Phillipsburg sewer meeting on February 10th as representatives of Lopatcong Township due to our town being one of 4 sending municipalities. I have a quick bulleted synopsis of the meeting, and I just want to bring it forward. I know there's been a lot of questions throughout these few months about our sewer. The town of Phillipsburg has had only 1 rate increase adjustment for the sending districts over the past 20 years. Based on previous litigation settlement agreement with Lopatcong and Greenwich, no rate increase was permitted until 2025. A recent rate study completed by Phoenix Advisors provided a proposed rate increase based upon agreed-upon methodology for shared cost allocations. This methodology used by Phoenix was in accord with the negotiated cost allocation as part of the previous litigation with Lopatcong and Greenwich. 0.0054 cents is the current rate based upon per gallon usage. This equates to $5.40 per 1,000 gallons. The town of Phillipsburg approved a sewer rate increase as recommended by Phoenix of 0.0066 cents per gallon for the 4 sending districts. This equates to $6.60 per 1,000 gallons. This represents an increase of 22% and will become effective for 2026 second quarter billing. Quarterly bills are calculated based on the readings obtained from the water company. The town of Phillipsburg remains in the process of evaluating the potential privatization sale of sewerage infrastructure. A potential meeting among officials from the sending municipalities and the town of Phillipsburg is hopefully going to take place to explore options and alternatives moving forward. In layman's terms, I used my sewerage usage. I used 11,000 gallons in the last quarter of last year. At $5.40 per 1,000, that equates to $59.40, plus the flat rate of $45. Now, that will be increased from 5940 to 7260, as a layman's term, for $13.20 increase. So that's my particular usage. Just wanted to give that out to everybody. So the bills are increasing.
And that's right now.
That's
It's
right
gonna
now,
happen
with the
again.
new sewer rate. It has nothing to do with privatization of the sewer. That's a whole different animal.
And that's gonna raise up.
That'll raise too, if that ever comes to fruition.
So hopefully we can get some answers and get some better news on that. All right, Scott?
I have nothing.
Yes, I'd like to thank the police, fire departments, and the DPW for all their help during the recent snowstorm. Also with Recreation Committee, town is having its annual Easter egg hunt on March 28th, rain date April 4th. So for now, thank you.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna save some of my stuff for when the fire chief comes up. We had a tough winter. If you guys notice stuff in your travels or you have problems in your yards or whatever, reach out to Beth. I'm sure there's some damage out there after this, some of the storms we had. So, give us a call if we can help you out. We'd be more than happy to help you. And that's about all I have there. Engineers report?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Start off with the request on by Mr. Bruce for the update on the park project. So the park project was originally bid late last year. The bids came back. We actually only received one bid last year, and the bids were in excess of the project budget that was scoped for the improvements. The project was rebid and bids were opened last Wednesday, February 25th. This time we rebid the project in a more wider circulation so we can hopefully garner more bids. This time we did receive 3 bids rather than 1 bid, but again, the bids have exceeded the project budget that was originally projected for the project. So we had our discussions about it, and the project engineer from our office that's preparing the plans and advancing the construction project and contracts and going out to bid. The council has authorized our firm to rebid the project, but this time reducing the scope and removing some of the outbuildings that were originally proposed and a lot of the utility work that was necessary to service some of those outbuildings. So the project will now be rebid in a reduced scope, focusing around the pool area and the pool house area and the specific parking and utility and other improvements necessary to bring the pool back into operation. So that those plans are currently, are almost prepared, essentially ready, very close to be ready to be advertised. And the hope is that that bid goes out and we're able to realize a project that we can award based on the available budget that the Township Council has allocated for the pool construction. So in the future, there will be other improvements planned, an open-air pavilion, 3-season pavilion for use by the public, as well as playground improvements and some other, and also a field house for the park's sports programs to utilize as well. But that will be a future phase of the project. Once we get the pool in, and that's sort of our anchor project, and then we can get the other facilities installed as time goes on, as budgets allow. But right now, so that's the next step there. So that's the update on the pool project. The other projects we have, sort of similar through the recent, winter months. We haven't had a lot, certainly in the way of construction, but we do have the Sally Port project here. Probably everyone noticed our caution tape decorations in the meeting room. The Sally Port project is approximately 50% complete at this time. We're hopeful that, in the next month or two, the project will be completed. The contractors are starting work on the roof structure. They delivered some materials here in the front parking lot as well. And we're working to get a matching brick because we'd like to have a matching brick. I know that Beth is really keyed in on that, the aesthetics. So that's in progress. But otherwise, the work's going very well. And hopefully the police department will be able to take advantage of that new facility and utilize it in their operations. Other than that, Stonehenge Drive is under construction, but it's been on hold. The hope is that typically by mid to late March, if the weather cooperates, asphalt plants are open, and our contractor, Top Line, that has done a lot of good work in town, they'll be ready to come in, and they've let us know that, pretty much all of the concrete work has been completed on the project, so what's left is just asphalt paving, milling, and resurfacing of the roadway. And for them, they come in and they'll get that done within 2 weeks, so we're pretty close to being done on Stonehenge. The next project that we have lined up, and I have to speak with our CFO regarding Strikers Road Phase 1 improvements. That'll be our next local aid funded project for this year. And we'll have to get designed and into DOT for approval, with the hope that we need to award a construction contract by the end of this year, essentially mid-November. Certainly we have plenty of time for that. If we can get this constructed in the summer months, that would be ideal. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, police report. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. Just the February traffic report is all I have for the month. We had a total of 381 traffic stops for the month of February. 68% of the drivers that were stopped were issued traffic citations, and 18% of those issued traffic citations were for commercial motor vehicles, tractor trailers overweight. And I would just like to offer my condolences, commend the fire department for a job well done for a structure fire that recently occurred at the Bravely Garden Apartments. They did a great job, and as well as the surrounding fire departments, mutual aid, and my officers that responded out there as well. It's a job well done.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. DPW, Brian's not here. All right. Fire Department, Jim?
Thank you. So February report, month of February, we answered 13 calls, including one building fire, which was the maintenance garage at Bravely Garden Apartments. And then we also had one cover assignment in the city of Easton. We were in the city of Easton covering them during the Northampton Street fire for approximately 6.5 hours, and we answered 7 calls in the city of Easton while we were over there covering them. Year to date, 36 calls so far. And then the other thing is about the new ladder truck arriving. That should be arriving in town sometime next week. We have scheduled our training with it March 13th, 14th, and 15th. So residents will see us around town operating that in multiple areas of the town, getting used to it. And a representative from Pierce Manufacturing in Wisconsin is flying out here next Thursday to conduct the training with us for it's a 3-day training. Friday night will be 6 to 9, and then all day Saturday and all day Sunday our members and our operators will be training on the new truck.
I had the opportunity to go out there with the fire department to inspect the truck. Beautiful piece of equipment. Saved a lot of money doing it this way, and look at the turnaround time. I mean, amazing. And you guys did a great job with that. You really did.
Thank you, man.
And so the town is going to be a lot safer with this, and I'm sure the other towns are going to appreciate it too, because you notice how many times people get called out anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
And then just another update on our current 2004 ladder truck. We found a purchaser for it. We were just waiting on an updated aerial test and pump test, which is going to be completed March 5th, so this Friday. Our testing company's coming out and testing that. Everything, seems to be no issue, so everything should go smoothly with that. And then Anchorage, Middletown Fire and EMS in right outside of Louisville, Kentucky, will be purchasing the truck.
You mentioned wet down?
Wet down for the new truck will be May 30th at the Delaware Park Field, the Circle, and we submitted some requests for
Right,
that.
I think I
but-
have food in it.
Yep, absolutely. But there'll be food, everyone, community is invited to come see the truck and.
Be nice. Yep.
So,
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Chief, appreciate it. Nobody from Peaburg EMS is here. Shade Tree. Board of Education, guys want to say something?
Hi, thank you
Hey,
so much
Dorothy.
for putting us on the agenda.
Yeah.
Do I need to give you my name and address
Yeah.
since I'm
No,
doing,
you got
okay,
it.
because I am reporting from the Board of Ed today, so thank you. Very quickly, so our staffs and our students and our staff celebrated the 100th day of school on February the 10th. And then Lopatcong had 5 student instrumentalists perform with the All-Star Band that was comprised of 6th graders from across Warren County. The performance was held February 18th at Phillipsburg High School, and in addition, our Lopatcong music teacher, Mr. Cravani, conducted 2 of the 6 pieces performed. Our elementary school students are finalizing a 2-week readathon sponsored by the PTA. The students record their minutes of independent reading, and awards will be presented for classes with the highest totals. The classes that are winning those are winning an ice cream social. And also there were the individual student prizes based on the hours that they're reading, and those are books that have been bought and some certificates. If any council member would like to be a guest reader for our students, please let me know. We'd love to have you in the school, and the students would love to see you. So thank you if you are interested in doing that. Our elementary school also just presented a parent workshop on February the 25th that was dedicated to supporting young readers' journeys and building their confidence. In the workshop, they shared practical strategies and tips for parents. It included decoding strategies, what to do when you hit a rough word, the power of questions, simple prompts to help them understand and remember what they read, creating a reading zone, tips for building a literacy-rich environment at home, and resource toolkits were shared, which is an overview of free digital tools and take-home materials. So this was the first time that we're doing these workshops, and we used a staff member and some parent support to provide these workshops. So that was at the elementary school. The middle school also presented a parent workshop just this week with a focus on assisting students in English language arts and math at home. This involved familiarizing parents with teacher expectations for homework, how to check the homework agenda book, and strategies to employ as students are working on assignments at home. So we're trying to support the parents in encouraging their students in their learning. Our 5th grade science program is actually pretty exciting right now. It has once again begun participation in a program titled The Great Grow Along, which brings together scientific method, biomedical research, and nutrition concepts in a fun and exciting 6-week educational program. Through an animal feeding project that's using live lab rats, the students witness the effects of nutrition on growth and are challenged to reflect on their own food behaviors. Students also learn that the steps of the scientific method, how to set up a valid scientific experiment, how to collect data and analyze the results, how they can learn about their own bodies by studying animals. This program is in partnership with the Pennsylvania Society of Biomedical Research. This year, the students have named the rats Bluey and Bingo. And if any of you would be interested in coming in and visiting the school to view this experiment and maybe hold the rats, I did it, it's fun, and see the students with Bluey and Bingo, please let us know. We'll be happy to arrange a visit. It's really a pretty exciting experiment. They measure them. They measure all the food. They measure the water. They measure and one rat gets one thing and another rat gets another. So it's pretty exciting. The 5th graders also participated in an Antarctica research webinar where students can conference with scientific research teams in Antarctica that are studying migration patterns, invasive species, and climate situations that impact native species. Our elementary and middle school students are also putting the final touches on the elementary school play, Finding Nemo Kids, which will be on March 20th at 7 p.m. and March 21st at 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. We would love to see you there if you can make it. Tickets are $7 for children and $10 for adults. Our program all the time, the kids just love doing these presentations, so it's just a good thing to go see. Our board members received a training at our last meeting on the Code of Ethics for school board members. This is a yearly mandate under the New Jersey Administrative Code. Additionally, school board members are in the process of completing their financial disclosure statements, also required by New Jersey Administrative Code. I think that's something a lot of people don't realize that school board members have to do. Tomorrow night, I will be forming an ad hoc committee from the board to work with our administration over the next month to examine our elementary school facility capacity and an overall review of both schools, discussing and evaluating remediation of overcrowding and optimal usage of both buildings. It's one of the concerns that we see. Our elementary school enrollment is really increasing and the space is getting very tight. So we're putting an ad hoc committee to work with administration to view options. And lastly, the Board of Education and the administration will be holding a State of the District community event on Thursday, March the 19th, to be held at the middle school. 2 years ago, the district distributed surveys and held a community meeting to gather information, which was then used to develop a 5-year strategic plan. This month, we would like to share where we are, what has been accomplished to date, and to take a temperature on the remainder of the plan to ensure that we are still on track. A survey has been distributed to determine topics for the discussion at this meeting on the 19th. We are inviting all Lopatcong families and residents to attend and to share their thoughts and expectations. There will also be a monitored virtual attendance option. Please join us. It's from 6:30 to 8, again, on March the 19th. We will be sending you an email on that as well, just to make sure you have all the details. We would love to have your input. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Approval of department reports. Motion second, please.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Payment of bills. Motion and second, please.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call vote, Terry?
Councilman Marinelli?
Yes.
Councilman McQuaid?
Yes.
Council President Polito?
Yes.
Mayor Ray?
Yes. All right, public comment. Mr. Bruce?
Bob Bruce, Harwich Road. Just want to thank Mr. Wisniewski for his forthrightness in keeping us abreast of what's going on with the park project. And I wanted to thank Councilman McQuaid and Councilman Beccaro for their efforts on behalf of the sewer. I kind of have two questions in regard to that conjoined. One is, how often are we subject to rate increases, and is the whole thing going to start again? Like, how does the potential private sale impact the frequency of rate changes? Is it annually?
The rates that were approved, 22%
Right.
for this year, another 5% next year, and then 2% for the following 2 or 3 years.
So we got a 3-year lock, or
I think it's 5.
5
Up
year
to
lock?
2030. But
Okay.
it has nothing to do with
Right.
them wanting to privatize, so that may change.
And if it privatizes, we're at square one with rates?
I think so.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Thank you.
anyone else?
John Ketcherson, 38 J Lane. Thank you also for the information on the sewer rates. Silly question, we don't have any say in that at all, right? I mean, this is just reporting. We're at complete mercy of,
Every sending district has a vote, but we're outvoted.
okay, yeah,
And
we're pretty much held.
Yeah, yeah.
Lou and I, and a representative from Cohasset was there.
Mhm. Okay, thank you. Regarding the park, and I was going to ask about this until before I saw it on the agenda. This is, 4 bids now that have been rejected, right? Because they were too high. How high are they? I mean, are they like 25% more? I'm just curious.
How many percent they are?
I know Derek was here, he left
Yeah, I know.
from my firm. Yeah, I believe the expectation was that I had it open. Just take a look.
In the long run, it's way too high.
Wait,
Yeah, it's like 50%
Oh, wow.
over
Can't even.
the budget.
It's not even
It's a lot.
negotiable.
It's a lot. It's not a negotiable amount, right?
Okay,
So the understanding was in reviewing the bids, I personally didn't review them, but people at my firm did, that worked on the plans and do a lot of these types of large-scale park, recreational, and school district type projects, was that the size of the project for the bidders that might have been eligible is so big that they can't even submit a bid.
Okay.
We had 30 bidders pick up, and that was including subcontractors, pool contractors, electricians, all types of, trades, and also general contractors, site contractors. And the scale of the project that we're trying to bid out and the available pool of contractors that can execute and bond for that type of project is a very small pool of contractors. So if we go out with a smaller project, it's likely that we'll increase our pool of available bidders and we'll get better pricing. That's the thought.
So we
We
can break
bid the
it up
project
into-
twice.
Mhm.
We've received 3 bids. The first time we bid the project, we only got 1 bid.
Right.
The second time we bid the project, we got 3 bids because we advertise in a larger circulation area, larger radius, but still too high.
Yeah.
Probably in the order of like 30 to 50% over the budget.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. All right, thank you.
Anyone else?
Hi, my name's Tracy Taylor Edelbach, 48 Reservoir Road. I have concerns regarding our road. The last time I believe it was paved was in 1988 or 89. I know that area in Lopat is pretty much forgotten, but that road is atrocious. Someone is going to get hurt. Many people walk up to the reservoir and even just driving down the road. So if you're so inclined, take a ride up and you can see how bad it is.
Well, we
It
looked at it
needs-
last year, right? And that's part of Lewis Hollow, right, the other side. Did we
Right.
Have that on the list?
It's on the list.
The Band-Aids aren't working anymore.
Yeah.
No, it has to be done. Just as the other side, because up on the other side of Y.
Yeah, the other side of Wills Hollow.
Do we have any idea when we're,
And I will say we don't have it on the schedule to be completed this year, but that's not to say that we can't. So definitely, we'll talk to Kim about it in terms of funding, and I think.
no, it's terrible, both sides of
Yeah.
that road.
It-
Certainly.
Absolutely terrible.
Like I said, a lot of people walk up to go to the reservoir and somebody is going to get hurt. I know just the other weekend, I had my 83-year-old mother walking down the road and you literally had to hold on to her because she's not stable to begin with, but even me walking is rough.
It's a hazard.
I was up your
Yes.
house, what, last year or the year before? And it was horrible then, so,
It's worse now.
yeah, I'm sure. Right. Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, yeah, we'll get on.
Addressed up there, there's a lot of runoff.
Right.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, I've seen this money get spent other ways for parks and stuff like that, where this is, you're gonna get a lawsuit for this coming up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you just state your name for the record? So she can-
Tom Edelbach, 48 Reservoir Road.
Okay. Anyone else? Seeing none, motion for adjournment? Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.